nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 ounce. Long as I got stuff from most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, Why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Become my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80. Long as I got stuff for most of them solved. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better...
All right, what is going on, guys? If I'm too loud, let me know. I'm gonna lower myself now, but let me know if I'm a little too low because I'm kind of in the yellow. Okay, all right, I'm gonna leave it there. Guys. Let me know if I'm too loud. I don't want to be too loud, but I don't want to be too quiet either. So let me know if I'm a little too loud or a little too quiet or whatever. But yeah, man, what is going on, guys? We are back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. And on this episode, man, we got another edition of the news, man. This is episode 112 of the news. Yeah, man. Might as well just hop right into this intro, man. If it's your first time watching, you guys do not know how this show works. Every Monday, we're on here with Notorious Unscripted at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Well, more like 10:15 Central. Right about 15 minutes after Raw goes off the air, we are live with Notorious Unscripted on Mondays, and on Fridays we are on here with the news. And not only do we have news on this episode, man, we have the Hell in the Cell predictions. Also, for the Big Five for AEW, this is still tricky to do, and the Big Four, I believe, in WWE, minus Survivor Series. So we're not doing the Big Five for WWE anymore because Survivor Series is fucking useless, and there's absolutely no point to go live and just talk. I don't even know what they're going to do for the damn show this year. Yes. So Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, and for AEW, Revolution, Double or Nothing, Forbidden Door, All Out, and Full Gear. We are live with those directly after the show. Speaking about that, man, if you guys did miss this past Sunday's edition of the Double or Nothing 2022 review, it was a great review, one of our best shows, one of our best reviews. You guys can now watch that, as well as this past Monday's edition of Unscripted. Will WWE fans turn on Cody Rhodes the same way AEW fans did. That is episode 93, I believe, of Unscripted. You can now find both of those episodes on all platforms: Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, join us right here. Like I said, 10:15 Central on Mondays, and directly after these big pay-per-views with the show reviews, man. So you can now find both those on all platforms. Yeah, man. Also, if you guys have not got your chance to get the official merchandise for the Notorious podcast, you guys can now find this on bonfire.com, man. The link is at the top of the description of this video. It is also in the link to it is also in the link to my link tree on all my social medias, man, which obviously my ad is right below my face. But yes, on the left you got the base Notorious podcast logo design, and on the right you got the best kept secret to the IWC, the Riddler inspired best kept secret to the IWC shirt, man. So if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some merch, it is live on the merch shop right now. Like I said, again, bonfire.com. The link is in the description of this video, and it is in my link tree when my ad is right here. So yeah, man. Also, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious podcast. I'm Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show, and as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. Going good. I sound like shit. So sound like shit throughout the show, guys. Sorry. I've been so congested, but I think I'll be good enough for the show, man. But I'm good, man. I'm good. Just been chilling out. Just chilling out, man. So just been chilling out, man. Durante, as like always. My house family. I'm great. Family's great. What about you, Durante? And everyone in chat? What about you, bro? How have you been?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been good. As Durante asks, family's good, bro. Life is good. And everybody else in the chat, man. I see Jonathan Fedna. What is going on, dude? It's been a minute. It's been a minute, man. But yeah, how have you guys been? I've been good. Family's good. What about you, Durante, as well? Thank you for asking, as always. But yeah, bro, I've been good, man. I've been good. Yeah, just chilling, bro. Just chilling. Nothing much at all, man. Just chilling, bro. Just chilling.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. That's pretty much about it, man. So, yeah. Yeah, man. So definitely sucks. It definitely sucks being sick, man. I definitely know what it feels like being sick during a podcast. I remember the one that the huge show we had where JD tweeted us out and sent all those people into the show. I'm sick as a fucking dog. I remember I had to keep closing my mic or closing my camera to keep sneezing and coughing.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
like, oh, there's nothing like. I mean, it's definitely good. It's definitely good that we're good enough to do the show, man. But in a situation like that, I definitely know how it feels, man. It sucks. But yeah, man, I hope you get better, bro. I hope you get better. So yeah, definitely blows, man. But yes, before we get into the news, well, this is news technically, but got a picture here for you guys. We showed you guys this on the Revolution review, but it is a part of the news, so we had to show it for you guys one more time. We did not show Wardlow because obvious reasons, but yes, Wardlow has obviously been all elite for a long time, but it was definitely a beautiful attention to detail to give him that then. However, two people that are new members of AEW, brand new members of AEW, on the left, you see Stokely Hathaway is all elite, the former Malcolm Bivens, and on the right you see Athena, the fallen goddess. Athena is all elite, man. So, yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
That is that. Tony Khan has added those two to the roster, and those are two fantastic additions of the roster, man. You could already see it. We definitely have a lot to go over on Monday in terms of AEW, man. Very, very, very interesting episode of AEW Dynamite. Obviously, we have a huge MJF story on this show. We have a huge MJF story on this show, man. But yeah, that is one thing of many. There is so much talking points for this episode of AEW Dynamite. But one thing from this past episode of Dynamite, man, was you could already see how well Hathaway fits with Jade. Excellent. And Athena is going to do great things and adding to an already building women's division. Great. Fantastic.
Hell yeah, man.
TK's part.
Truly awesome.
With that, brings us to negative point of the women's division. Because it is being reported that Thunder Rosa is frustrated in AEW. According to What Culture, AEW Women's World Champion Thunder Rosa has grown frustrated due to her lack of screen time. Rosa's frustration hasn't reached the point where she would walk out of the promotion. Damn. But she is said to be upset and confused. What Culture's report also claimed that Thunder Rosa's frustration was exacerbated on Wednesday's Dynamite as she did not appear on the show as she was after her widely praised match with Serena Deeb at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. A separate report from PW Insider did note, however, the AEW Women's World Champion was not feeling well at the Dynamite taping and was sent home to recover by an AEW doctor. Thunder Rosa's frustration did reportedly extend Double or Nothing through, with What Culture claiming Rosa was unhappy about not being a part of the Double or Nothing post-media scrum. Particularly as she plans to auction her gear for Sunday's show, with the proceeds going to the victims and families from the Robb Elementary School shooting. Thunder Rosa has been AEW World Champion since defeating Britt Baker at St. Patrick's Day Slam in March. The champion has often found herself having short interviews on Dynamite, with other talents receiving more TV time.
Yeah, man.
Man, we said the same shit about Jurassic Express.
Mm-hmm.
And why is my camera blurry? Jesus. 2 seconds. Bam. We're back. Okay. Dude, yes. We said the same thing about Jurassic Express, man. These guys are the tag team. Like, dude, when you're a champion, when you're a champion of a division, you need to have the, if not one of the, biggest feuds on television, and especially for a division that's obviously not as big as the men's division, so to speak. You need to have the biggest feud in that division. So Jurassic Express were the tag team champions, but it seemed like on AEW TV, the biggest tag team feud that was going on was Swerve and Keith Lee versus Team Taz.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, why would you... And the same thing with the Lucha Bros. Like, when they were the tag team champions, they in no way had the biggest...
Feuds.
Had the biggest feud, you know what I mean? I mean, they had this feud with FTR where FTR dressed up as Lucha Bros, or Lucha Bros. They dressed up as luchadors and were calling themselves the Frogs or something like that. I mean,
it's like,
what?
Bro.
But with, I mean, if I'm Thunder Rosa, I'd be frustrated as well because...
Yeah.
I'd be frustrated as well because, for example, you beat Britt Baker, right? Britt had her time for a year, almost a year long reign by Britt Baker. Somehow Britt Baker gets a bigger spotlight than you going into Double or Nothing and post Double or Nothing, when it should have been Thunder Rosa who got the big feud, and it wasn't. And I mean, you're in a division where it just seems like Britt Baker just kind of has a chokehold on the women's division, and she's beating Ruby when she doesn't have to. It doesn't make much sense. And meanwhile, Thunder Rosa's put in this spot on pay-per-view where I want to say it was after Anarchy in the Arena, where she's kind of just in the sleeper spot, and it just does her no good. And she's just, in all honesty, man, she's just in a women's division that seems to have a chokehold by Britt Baker, and the woman just wins everything, and
always the center of attention, champion or not.
Exactly, and it's not a good thing, man. I mean, this was supposed to be Thunder Rosa's time, and it just isn't.
Is it? Yeah, bro, and it's really so hard to put her on TV. You don't need fucking a lot of certain segments on TV that you could put her in. You know what I mean? It's a simple fix. Simple frustration fix. Less of Britt Baker, more Thunder Rosa, more of Thunder Rosa in general. There you go. Make her feel big. They just don't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. So she is frustrated in this women's division, man, and I mean, you can't blame her. I mean, why the women's division is not supposed to feel like it has a chokehold by anybody. Even when Asuka had her 523-day reign, it never felt for a second that she was holding the women's division down or she had a chokehold on it in a bad way.
Exactly.
She had a dominant reign, and she made everybody else look good. Asuka, Ember Moon is not a star without Asuka. She's not.
No, exactly.
Nikki Cross doesn't become a single star if there's no Asuka. I mean, she made people, man. She really did. And as to where we love Britt, and you know we think Britt is fantastic, she's not doing Ruby Soho any favors by continuously beating her. I know Ruby picked up the win on Wednesday, but I mean, Jesus Christ, you give Ruby a win in a meaningless tag match. Meanwhile, Britt Baker has beat her when the lights are the brightest. So what favors does picking up a victory against Britt Baker do in a meaningless tag match for Ruby? I mean, meanwhile, Grand Slam, lights are bright. Obviously, Ruby wasn't going to win that match, but it certainly didn't do her any favors by losing. And then Double or Nothing, when the lights are, it's one of their biggest shows of the year, man. The lights are as bright as they're gonna get, other than All Out. And what do? You have Britt Baker beat her for no reason.
No reason.
You know, I mean,
it's just it's frustrating.
Absolutely. I mean, the woman that you beat for that championship should not go on to do greater things than you after losing the championship. I mean,
exactly.
It makes little to no sense. It makes little to no sense, and I completely understand where Thunder Rosa is coming from.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
So, with that, speaking of more things from Wednesday, well, maybe not Wednesday, but whenever, they need to hurry it up. Wardlow expected to get new presentation in AEW.
That was a lie.
Yeah. Sean Ross Sapp According to Sean Ross Sapp behind Fightful's little paywall, it was reported that Wardlow is set to get new music in AEW. It was expected that the new tune is finished. First red flag.
Yep.
But it is also unknown when fans will get the first listen. Wardlow is expected to have a new theme song, which is to debut imminently, DVD imminent, on AEW programming. It is in an update on Wardlow. We're told the music is done, but don't have a debut date for it. Okay, the first red flag is, he says, it is reported that the new tune is finished. You don't need to finish anything.
Oh.
Just hit up whoever
Black Sabbath.
distributes out Black Sabbath's music. Hit them up. You're like, hey, can we get War Pigs? I don't care how much we got to pay for it, because we want fucking War Pigs. I don't understand how hard, if Mikey Ruckus did Wardlow's theme song now, and that song is just
average.
It's average at best, man. I mean, the song is the song.
Fair.
Not that it's bad, not that it's horrible, man, but the song is written for Wardlow, and it is still very unidentifiable.
Exactly.
It is. I mean, come on now. Like I said, hit up whoever the hell distributes out Black Sabbath's music and just get War Pigs. You don't gotta finish anything. Just get the fucking song. He tweeted it out. He tweeted it out himself soon with a little thing of him, a little edit, a little War Pigs edit behind his highlights. It's just, you listen to the song already. I can listen to War Pigs right now, and I already identify Wardlow with the song.
Yep.
Come on, man. Him War Pigs.
It's that simple, man.
You don't gotta make anything. Mikey Ruckus's best tunes come from him not using any lyrics whatsoever. Hence Samoa Joe's music and Jade Cargill's. I mean, dude, don't do this, bruh. Don't do this.
Exactly.
Don't give him... No, stop beating around the bush. Just give the man War Pigs. Plain and simple.
It's that simple, man. Because Mikey Ruckus, man, it shit ain't bad, but it has no identity. The only one that fits to their theme song is Adam Cole. Even though I'm not a big fan of that song, it does fit him. You think of an Adam Cole when you hear that, but for everybody else, it's just music. Keith Lee. You don't think of Keith Lee when you hear Who Am I? And it's just everybody. And just comparing it to people that use actual songs, when you hear Darby's song, you think of Darby.
Yeah.
When you hear, what is that fucking song called? Tarzan Boy.
Yep.
Think of Jungle Boy, all that shit.
Yep.
Mikey Ruckus just don't do that. He just ain't got it.
I mean, Keith Lee genuinely has some of the most unidentifiable music.
Dude, put that shit in front of anybody.
Who am I? Who am I? That's the first fucking thing you thought of when thinking about Keith Lee. Who am I?
Like, what?
Dude, please don't make anything for Wardlow.
Please.
Again, hit up the people that distribute out Black Sabbath's music. Whatever company's got the rights to it. I don't care. Just get War Pigs. It is perfect for him. And then, my other gripe. You're going to have this man walk to the stage in silence on Wednesday, hyping everybody up. And
expecting some shit.
I'm waiting, because I'm thinking we're about to hear War Pigs play. And it just hits Mikey Ruckus's Wardlow music. This is War, or whatever it's called. Dude. Come on, man. I mean, what the fuck are you waiting for? Literally the perfect opportunity. And it's not like the War Pigs agenda just started. People have been asking for this shit literally since
Once
he
this shit
broke
started,
up with MJF in early March.
like, come on, bruh.
Doesn't
It's
make
been obvious.
exactly, man. People have been asking for it for a while, dude. I mean, you had all the time in the world, to get this situated, man. And
You
he
don't.
is, Jesus, ridiculous, man, ridiculous. But yeah, I don't understand at all. I don't understand at all why you don't just get him War Pigs. I don't know why you had to make him a new theme song. It
It
doesn't.
don't make sense, man.
No, not at all.
I
Not
don't
at
think that
all.
song would be that expensive.
Yeah. Um. Next. Yeah. Speaking of Double or Nothing. Speaking of Double or Nothing. Adam Cole. Adam Cole. Adam Cole injured during Double or Nothing. Jeff Hardy and Adam Cole were both pulled from a planned 10-man tag match on AEW Dynamite this week. It was later confirmed Hardy and Cole were pulled. The match is now an 8-man tag. Brian Alvarez commented on this during the Wrestling Observer Live, where he confirmed Adam Cole is hurt as well. This is not just a case of taking Adam Cole out to even the sides after Jeff Hardy was pulled. It is now an 8-man, and they also pulled Adam Cole. I was told Adam Cole is also hurt, so both of the guys are hurt. They didn't just pull Adam. They didn't just pull Adam Cole because they wanted to go from a 10-man to an 8-man. We've not heard the extent of Adam Cole's injury, but Alvarez noted it was likely Adam Cole's shoulder, which Logan pointed out something on Wednesdays when he did his Adam Cole baby. He did it with one arm, so there's that to think about.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, he certainly gave it his all against Samoa Joe at Double or Nothing. He won the Owen Hart Foundation, but he also likely paid the price with his body, as Samoa Joe gave him quite a beating. Yeah, and then with that, Jeff Hardy as well, obviously pulled from the Dynamite match, and on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer stated that Jeff Hardy was a mess heading into Double or Nothing. This is likely due to his match against Darby Allin a few weeks prior. It is also the reason why he was pulled from Dynamite in the first place. He says, and I quote, Jeff was a mess going into Double or Nothing from what I was told. It was really the Darby Allin match. He was beat up when he went to AEW. You can watch those highlight reels and see how he did. You can watch those highlight reels and see how he did some of those big stunts at his age. He's paying for it now.
Yep.
End quote. So with Adam Cole, I mean, that could have really been from anything. So I wish him the best. I feel like they're going to take him off TV. I don't think the extent of the injury is that bad since they're keeping him on TV. I think they're going to keep him off.
With like matches and shit just to be there.
Yeah, until Forbidden Door, because I think they know that even if it is minor, they need to just play it safe. If they do have a big angle planned for Forbidden Door. So there's that. And as for Jeff, I mean,
Man, if that match a couple weeks ago fucked him up that much, he really needs to take this break, man. If it's like what, 2 weeks later, you're still fucking grueling from a match? Dude, just take the damn time off and heal yourself up. It'll be a constant cycle of suffering if he doesn't.
100%, 100%. Yes, dude. I mean, please take the time off, man. And they should have known going into this that
Mm.
Jeff Jeff and Darby, I genuinely probably would have I would have had them face off at Double or Nothing, whether that be in the Owen Hart finals or not. And even if
Yeah.
because that was Jeff's best match out of the tournament, obviously, and you know, you want to showcase his best. So, you know, the fact that that match had such a bad impact on him that it carried all the way to him being sluggish at Double or Nothing, you know what I mean? I mean, the writing's on the wall, man. I mean, dude, take a little bit of time. Like, my God, be back for All Out or something, man. Because,
God, like,
dude, like,
that's no way to perform.
yeah, man. I mean, nobody wants to watch a Hardy Boys match and constantly be afraid of the
Yeah.
next spot. You know what I mean? It's like, oh God, here he goes. You know, it's
like,
you know, you don't want to see that, man. You don't want to see that. You want to see Jeff beat Jeff, or at least a little bit of what Jeff can be nowadays. So, I mean, man, he just needs to heal up, man. He just needs to heal up and get back when he feels right, bro. Because, I mean, whatever we've seen from Jeff as of late has just not been it whatsoever, and everybody kind of feels over this. And I see a lot of people saying like, oh, why would you bring back the broken stuff? No one wants to see that. It makes no sense. Guys, if the broken shit will preserve their bodies, which is the whole point of the gimmick, I don't understand why that's not seen as a good thing. I mean, would you rather want to watch extreme Hardy Boys that are not fucking extreme at all? Or
literally.
maybe even if it's not broken, just come up with something, man. I mean, Matt's creative. I mean, come up with something, and so is Jeff, where you can preserve your bodies. And if it's the broken shit, oh well, man. Oh well. I mean,
Exactly.
I know Tony Khan didn't really understand it, but I mean, too bad. If it's gonna preserve their bodies and make their work a little more enjoyable,
That's what
I
needs to
think
happen.
I think that's in their best interest, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Jeff Hardy and Adam Cole. Jeff Hardy and Adam Cole seem to be injured going out of Double or Nothing, man. And yeah, I wish them the best, man.
Definitely,
wish them the
man.
best for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Jeff, they need that broken gimmick, man, and I hope Adam Cole's fine enough in time for what they are doing with Forbidden Door and after.
Yeah, man. Speaking of AEW, man, we got AEW Fight Forever video game roster is still adding recent signings.
Thank God.
Tony Khan made an appearance on Andreas Hale's The Corner podcast to cover a range of topics. Tony Khan wouldn't give a release date for AEW Fight Forever, but stated that they are continually adding names to the game's ever-growing roster. He also indicated that the roster would keep growing through DLC additions after the game's release, and I quote, "I'm not going to put an exact date on it, but we have put a lot of time and effort into development of this game. It's going to be great. It's a lot of great stars. A lot of the great stars of AEW are in it, and a number of people who come in, even in the past year, will be featured in the game. And a lot of big stars that have come in the past year will be added. Wait, hold on a minute. When I was reading that, I thought he said that older people were going to be put in the game, maybe like a Cody or something, but I read that wrong. Yes, even stars who have come in the past year will be featured in the game, and a lot of big stars have come in the past year, and we've added some stars along the way, and I think, along the way that I think are really important to get in the game for everybody. So we'll have a great roster when we launch, and then we'll still be able to add people through DLC as we go. But making sure we have the best possible roster when we start. We've signed so many wrestlers in the past year, especially in the recent months. We've not been able to get every single person in, but people have signed pretty recently. We're still trying to get some of the biggest names in because we think that's the best chance for the launch of the game, is to have some of the biggest stars in the world of wrestling in the game. And we already had a lot of them, and we're adding more.
Nice, man. That's really reassuring, man. Because what was that starting roster, like 30?
I thought it was... I'm not sure what it was, but didn't they say there was only going to be like 60 people in the game or something like that?
Yeah, it was a pretty low number overall. Let me look it up. But I'm very glad that they're openly talking about adding more people through the process, man. AEW Fight Forever roster. Mhm. 50. It's 50.
Damn. 50. Uh, yeah. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting to see what comes of this game. I definitely think it will be an enjoyable game. I mean, I don't... Everybody acts like the fact that it might not look as good as 2K is a bad thing, but
What
personally,
do they
me,
expect?
I really don't. That doesn't really bother me. Um, I can go back and play a
Old games.
yeah. I can go back right now and play like LA Noir and games that came out in 2011, and obviously they don't look the best. Um, I can play those and have just as much fun. I mean, as long as the game is fun, I really
Exactly,
don't give
bro.
a shit what it looks like. As long as it's not like fucking 8-bit.
Literally, man.
I mean, I'll be fine with it. Cause, like I said, man, I can genuinely go back and play Heavy Rain. I think that came out in 2012, and I can go back and play Uncharted 2. That came out in
Exactly.
2009. I could go back and play Mafia 2. It came out in 2010. I just played it about a year ago.
And it's
I
like,
mean, as long as the game's fun, I'll have a fucking blast. I really don't give a shit what it looks like.
yeah.
I mean, if
And
it
that's
looks
all people
good,
are ever
great.
judging
But
it on.
yeah, exactly, man. I mean, as long as the game's fun, and that's genuinely not even me just being biased to AEW, but I can genuinely go back and play. I've told you that for a long time, man. Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
I like play when you play games that look so visually stunning. I've told Sir K for a long time, like I always like going back and playing a game that might not look as great. It's kind of
Exactly.
refreshing. I kind of like it. It reminds me of how games looked when I started playing video games, and it reminds me of my childhood and stuff like that. And it's, as long as the game is fun, really,
That's
I
all
really
that
don't
fucking
care.
matters.
I go
Exactly.
back I go back and play older games all the time, and like I said, man, as long as they are fun, I will have a blast, and I think this game will be fun. So, yeah, I'm excited to see, and I'm glad that they will continue to add people to it.
Hell yeah, bro. All I wish, even though he's not going to be in it, I would love to see the Cody entrance in that game. And I would love to see what they made that they had to scrap, man. I would have loved it.
But
Yes.
America's only family.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, that is the AEW Fight Forever
Hey.
update. Speaking of AEW stars, somebody who wasn't able to fight forever because he got locked up was Jake Atlas.
Damn.
Jake Atlas was arrested on May 23rd and charged with misdemeanor battery, domestic assault on his partner.
We're really caught a domestic.
According to the police report, Atlas was out drunk on May 22nd and called his partner to come pick him up. Atlas wanted his partner to go drink with him and then wanted his partner to go with him to a female's friend house to take part in sexual activities. His partner said in the report he, the partner, showed the female half more attention than Atlas, which upset Atlas. This started a huge verbal argument between him and Atlas. End quote. Atlas reportedly became physically aggressive and charged at his partner. A witness stepped in to prevent an attack. Atlas' partner left, but Atlas followed, continued to yell at him, and attempted to attack. Atlas scratched his victim and tore his tank top before the witness separated them, putting Atlas in a car. The witness agreed to let Atlas in to get his dog, but didn't leave. Continuing to argue with his partner then called the police, feeling Atlas would not leave or calm down. Atlas signed no contract order agreeing to have Atlas signed a no contact order agreeing to have no communication and stay 500 feet away from the victim. His partner the same day to stay 500 feet away from the victim / his partner the same day he was arrested. He was released from jail the same day he was arrested. He is set to appear before Orange County, Florida court on June 28th, where he became officially arraigned at 7:30 a.m.
God damn. That ain't right.
My God.
We're really starting to there's been a lot of change, Ron.
Man, Jake Atlas, bruh. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, bruh. Bro
Shit's
was
fucked,
wildin'.
Shit ain't right.
Yeah, not right, man. But I heard that the partner is none other than Duke Hudson.
Duke.
Very
Yeah,
interesting. I did not know that, considering they portray him as a female-loving male stripper like gimmick on NXT 2.0, where he's always just trying to get some. That's kind of his gimmick, and I did not know that he was with Jake Atlas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I hope he gets himself right, gets through this or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I mean, if he does get charged with this, I wonder if AEW will bring him back, considering this is domestic assault. So
Probably
I don't know.
not.
They probably will not invite him back, because I heard that he signed an appearance-to-appearance deal with AEW. So
They're lucky, man. They lucked out on that.
yeah, which if that's the case, I don't really understand why they would give him the whole Jake Atlas is all elite thing.
Probably to look good.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's probably true. But yeah, so yeah, Jake Atlas was arrested, man, and I don't know, man. I mean, if it was just a mishap, or whatever it was, I hope he could make learn from this. But
Definitely, man.
But I do not feel as if he will be
Welcome back to
All
Elite.
to AEW. Yeah, for sure.
No, I don't think so. And probably not WWE either, man. So where else to go than CYN when all else fails, man. But
Just gotta go
yeah,
where
man,
everyone does.
it's one of those shitty situations, man. Feel bad for Duke Hudson.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's in all reality, man, that's who you really feel bad for, Mr. Duke. Um,
Definitely,
yeah, I
man.
mean it sucks. It sucks that had to happen to him. But yeah, man, I mean, yeah, I hope Mr. Atlas can learn from all this. But yes, I do feel bad for Duke, man. That absolutely sucks. That had to happen to him, man. It's never a good situation, bro. It's never a good situation. So I hope he's
Nah.
okay. I hope he's dealing with it the best way he can. But yeah, should be interesting to see if we will ever see Jake Atlas back in All Elite Wrestling. Um, Fightful Select is reporting that the AEW talent has been informed that there will be a Ring of Honor pay-per-view happening the weekend of July 23rd.
It's interesting.
ROH Death Before Dishonor. Very interesting, man. Very
Mhm.
interesting. Wonder if they're going to do something crazy like they did for Supercard of Honor.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, should be interesting, man. Should be interesting. I am very intrigued to see um, what comes of this pay per view, but I would like to see them eventually start uh, running these with the AEW pay per views as well. So put ROH on the Saturday, AEW on the Sunday. Perfect system, man. The old takeover system.
hell yeah, bro. I would try it out if I was that man. I really would. So ROH is looking exciting, man. Probably gonna have a lot of AEW influence on this next one, and it's looking cool, man. You know, like he's gonna want to go all out. So it's very intriguing to see what that card will be.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, might have to
After God,
might have to see what's going on that weekend, man. So um I can't remember why the hell.
oh yeah,
Oh
bro.
yeah, it was on a Friday.
Oh
That
yeah,
that yeah. I was gonna say I thought it was on a Saturday, but no, it was on a Friday because all the little indie companies have to do their shit on Friday now because WWE now does Saturday and Sunday. So
exactly. So it's just great,
yeah, kind of fucked all the indie companies, but they don't care.
literally.
Um, However, uh, yeah, man. So it looks like we're getting another Ring of Honor pay per view. Should be good. Obviously, the first one was fantastic. So yeah, man.
Definitely.
Next up, man. Several in WWE did not want to vacate the women's tag team titles after Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out.
God damn.
Sean Ross Sapp. Sean Ross Sapp behind Fightful's paywall that although reported, Sean Ross Sapp reported behind Fightful's paywall that although WWE did strip Naomi and Sasha Banks of their titles, some did not want it to go down like that. The decision was eventually handed to take their titles, but that doesn't mean that a tournament to crown new champions is priority. WWE canceled all travel plans for Banks and Naomi just to walk around uh, just around just around the time when their suspensions were announced. The WWE Women's Tag Team titles were vacated, although Sapp reported several in WWE did not want to vacate the tag team titles, but it became pretty quickly. It became clear pretty quickly that that was the route that needed to be taken. I've also heard that that I've also heard that WWE is the plans for their 4-team tournament are kind of dead in the water.
Yeah.
And yeah, I heard that was just an idea that was pitched and it was never signed off on. So,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
you can't do a fucking tournament with 4 teams, man.
Literally. Sasha Banks and Naomi proving themselves right with this whole situation, man. They don't even know what the hell to do. God damn.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I mean, the championships are absolutely useless, but WWE, instead of retiring them, because that makes Sasha Banks and Naomi look correct, which
Yep.
they are, instead of making them look correct, WWE obviously doesn't want to do that, and they would rather eventually just hand the belt off onto somebody just to say, just to get the last laugh, and just to say, even though they won't, and just to say, well, you know, you're just a spoke on the wheel, pretty much. The wheel's gonna keep turning.
Yep.
Just like
So,
CM Punk said in the pipe bomb, bruh. He's just a spoke on the wheel, and the wheel's just gonna keep turning, man.
and same here, man.
Yeah. But yeah, so, yeah, man. Sasha Banks and Naomi. I've also heard that they have cut off all communication with WWE, and there has been nothing ever since they've been suspended. I wonder
Damn.
how long the suspension was for. I'm assuming it was a 30.
I
I'm
wonder.
assuming it was a 30-day. Yeah, that's my
Well,
guess.
if it's indefinitely, it's just when they decide it's done.
Oh, right. They were indefinitely suspended. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, okay.
That's just when they decide. So, who knows, man? Who knows with Vince petty ass?
Yeah. That,
They might have suspended them, so when their contracts come up, it's been a while since anyone's seen them.
yeah. I could totally see that happening. Yeah. Especially with the reports of hearing that their contract situations are being handled by lawyers.
Yep. So,
I mean, I could totally see them not. I could totally see them not being ever in WWE ever again.
I could see it, man. I
Maybe
really
not,
could.
at least for the time being, the large
Mm-hmm.
time being. But yeah, I mean it. I mean they WWE has at every twist and turn, WWE has tried to make them look like fools. So, you know, Sasha Banks and Naomi are not too happy about that. If anybody coming back, I could definitely see Naomi because of
Oh,
the
yeah.
Usos.
Families.
But as for Sasha Banks, man, I feel like she wants to. I feel like she wants to do more Hollywood, and in the mix of that, I could easily see her going to AEW. Man, I mean, she's teased it before, so
Oh, yeah.
she's hip to that product. So
Exactly, man. So, it's interesting, man. It's interesting. So, who knows, man? Who knows?
absolutely, absolutely, man. But yeah, but it's gonna be interesting to see what comes of this, man, because
Man, oh,
man,
man.
yeah, not good for WWE either way.
Oh,
Man, we we could have probably ended the news with this because this is such a huge story, but I decided not.
uh-huh.
Lacey Evans moved
Oh,
back to fucking SmackDown
again.
again. PW Insider reports that Lacey Evans is being moved back to the SmackDown brand. Evans was scheduled to return to in-ring action this past Monday on the Memorial Day edition of Monday Night Raw, but she was never featured on the show, and there was no explanation given. Dude,
I don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro.
oh god, making a Lacey Evans. Just thinking of Lacey Evans makes me yawn. Dude, you brought her back on SmackDown. Then you brought her to Monday Night Raw. She cut one of the worst encouraging promos I've ever seen in my entire life. Just to bring her back to SmackDown for no reason. I mean, what's the fucking deal, man? I mean, get it together, dude. Just merge the divisions, bro.
Bro, please.
Merge the fucking divisions. This woman, bro, and besides, to move her around like that, I mean, like I said, moving her around like that, I mean, you're moving somebody around so much who is not anyway is not going to be a game changer for the division anyway. So
Literally, bro.
It makes no sense, man. I mean, what is the deal, bro? What is the fucking deal?
You're
Pick a brand.
her. Exactly, bro. Probably confusing her. You're confusing us. You're probably confusing themselves. Just pick a damn brand. Is it so hard? It's Lacey Evans. She's gonna be a fucking C plus player anywhere. So just put her somewhere. It's not like it's gonna matter. Come on. That shit don't make sense, bruh. I don't know.
Not at all. Not at all.
God.
Yeah, man. So Lacey Evans looks like she's going back to the blue brand. Boy, am I excited. I don't get to see her anymore. Okay. Next, as we get into our final two stories, just got this picture for you guys, man. Very interesting stuff going on here.
Oh,
Wyndham 6, obviously, Wyndham Rotunda, has changed his Twitter name to Wyatt 6.
Mm-hmm.
He put out 3 tweets on the 31st, like 4 days ago, and absolutely decided to just burn down Twitter on a casual Tuesday. Dude, here we go, man. On the left, he got the first tweet. All the way on the far left, he got the first tweet, man. He says, at 4:01 p.m., everything good that's ever happened to me, first came a period of horrible suffering. I can never ask why. I just wait for the rough part to end. And I was chosen for whatever reason, and I've got shit to do. It doesn't hurt anymore. It burns. I'm ready now, with the circle emoji. So then, 38 minutes later, at 4:39 p.m., in the middle, he got the second tweet. He says, I'm tired of watching, tired of hearing irrelevant clowns speculate how I'll be perceived, tired of hearing about my greed, my desire questioned. Wherever and whenever I decide to return, I'll remind everyone why they know my name. Again and again. Believe in me. Hashtag I found it. He found the AEW contract, guys.
Hey.
And the last tweet, a couple minutes later, at 4:34 p.m., he tweeted out, patience, it's almost time. Guys, first and foremost, in no way do I see this man going back to WWE. I see everybody, especially with a guy like Wyndham. He puts the name out, Wyatt, and everybody has their foregone conclusion made. I mean, I'm not saying he won't show up in WWE. Maybe he will.
It can happen.
I don't see it as the most impossible thing in the world. Maybe he will.
It can happen.
Personally, I just don't see it.
No.
I don't see it. Not right now. I mean, people seem to think that maybe this was a good thing because they needed the time away from each other to realize how much they needed each other. Guys, you
Nah,
realize you're making it sound like Wyndham and WWE are in a romantic relationship.
like,
Bro,
bro,
I'm sure WWE knows their roster's depleting. I really don't think they care. I
no,
genuinely do not think they care.
they
They
don't give a
got these
shit
people coming in from NXT that they like, and they're all going to be up there eventually. That's a lot of guys that's going
for
to be
them
on the
to use.
roster. And if those guys don't question everything they do, they're going to see them as, oh, well, he's easier to work with than Bray Wyatt. Bray
Why would I
Wyatt,
get Bray who's hard to work with?
exactly, man, exactly. Because you got to think at some point, dude, all these guys are going to be up. All of these guys are going to be up.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, Joe Gacy, Tony D'Angelo, the two guys that are with Tony D'Angelo. That's another tag team. Legado del
Santos, that's
Fantasma is probably going to be up there at some point.
mm-hmm.
All of these guys, I mean, NXT, the cycle's going to keep going, man. NXT, especially with the new version of NXT, all of these guys are guaranteed to be call up at some point. I don't see this being like Triple H's NXT, where some of these guys have a chance of staying in NXT forever. Um,
It's not what Vince is gonna want. He won't see a point in having them there.
exactly.
And what was I gonna say about Wyatt? Yeah, and people were also saying about Wyatt about the merch money. If the merch money, if they fired him back in 2020, when he was still making that much merch money, can you imagine?
And
Why would they care now about the merch
yeah,
money?
and he was just about to come back too.
Yeah,
So you know they were gonna put out a shirt for him and probably get even more money
yeah, probably make a
through merch
boatload of
sales.
money.
And they released him then. He was, I believe this man was 3 weeks. Yeah, because he was released at the end of July. SummerSlam was mid, almost end of August. So they released him 3 weeks before a return. And you don't think that WWE was going to make a shit ton of merch money off returning Wyatt merch? And
Yeah,
they still released him.
so if they didn't give a fuck about that merch money, why would they give a fuck about the merch money now? When they have Roman to get their
And,
little merch money.
and you know, eh, people are saying that WWE makes the most sense for him to be in
Yeah,
because what are the reasons these people say it makes the most sense for him to be in to finish telling his Fiend story. I genuinely think they, not to the fullest extent to where he hates the gimmick, but I think they kind of killed his love for the gimmick. I mean, a lot of his shit before they left, he even said it himself. The
yeah.
beginning of the Firefly Funhouse was a lot of me, but
Mm-hmm.
eventually they took the wheel. Oh man, this is popular. Let's
Let's
get our
get it.
fingerprints all over it,
Mm-hmm.
and they ruin it. And he knows that. I really think he wants to tell a fresh new story,
That
and
they can't touch.
I think and I think he wants to tell a story of what happened to him in WWE and kind of integrate that with kind of what he's going to be doing now, whether he goes to AEW or not. I think AEW is the best fit for him. People saying he doesn't fit in AEW, I think is bullshit.
Oh, I think
Bray Wyatt is such a huge fucking star. Bray Wyatt's gonna make himself fit
mm-hmm.
wherever he goes. So just the same way CM Punk made himself fit, the same way Bryan Danielson has made himself fit. Um,
Same way all of them have.
Exactly. Exactly, man. I mean, there are guys that do get caught up with bullshit. There are guys that you look at them and say it is criminal as to what this man is doing. And AEW does that a lot. I'm not saying everybody's doing the best work of their career because
No,
I would be lying if I told you guys that Keith Lee is doing the best work of his career in a tag team with Swerve. Not that,
exactly.
not I mean,
Not
not
that
that
the tag team's bad, but it's just not what he could be.
Exactly, exactly. Keith Lee's in the upper echelon of the world championship, man. So is a guy like Andrade, and what is he doing?
He was in the AFO.
Exactly. They literally had this man go out live on pay-per-view and say the group sucks and it's just a bunch of jobbers. He literally said that live on pay-per-view,
On pay per
nonetheless.
view, called his fucking faction a bunch of jobbers. Come
Bro,
on, bro.
Bray Wyatt's gonna make himself fit wherever he goes. These people don't look at that roster and see the possibilities
The
that Bray Wyatt
matchups,
can, like, the possibilities that this man can uncover with a lot of these people, man. John Moxley, Bryan Danielson's a huge one. CM
oh yeah,
Punk is a even bigger one. Um,
Matt
I mean,
Hardy,
so many of these guys messing with the Dark Order,
yeah,
with the Brody Lee stuff. I mean, Matt, I mean, possibilities are like Bray Wyatt fits so much in this
literally,
company, man. I mean, it doesn't make much sense as to why the reasons. I mean, yes, the roster is bloated. That's a huge
that
problem.
that is a
That
problem.
that obviously is a problem. But I mean, hell, Wyatt has waited. I mean, he's waited for a really long time, man. I mean, if you would have just thrown him right in when right at Full Gear, maybe it wouldn't have made sense. Maybe there wouldn't have been anything for him right at that moment. But the fact that he's waited this long to debut, the fact that
Hmm.
he's waited this long, man, I honestly think he's just picking his spot at this point. And I think we will see him in AEW, man. I think we will see him in AEW. He's followed Tony Khan on social media. He's
Exactly.
great friends with so many people over there. He understands what WWE did to him. He tweeted out a couple anti WWE tweets not too long ago, man. Yet people
Exactly.
think, and like I said, man, I'm not saying that it's the most impossible thing. I don't think we'll ever see him in WWE ever again.
It
But
could happen.
it could absolutely
I just don't
happen.
think it will.
But I just don't think right now it's going to happen because, I mean, the guy knows what they did to him, and I don't think he wants to do that again. I don't think he wants to do that again. I think in WWE he got to a point where he just coasts. He just
Exactly, bro.
coasts. You know what I mean? And I don't see him putting himself through that stuff again. I think Wyndham's much smarter than that. And yeah, man. I mean, I definitely think you should go ahead and tell the people your reasoning as to why he may have did Wyndham and
Yeah.
as his name. So yeah, I'll let you have the floor, bro.
Yeah, man. Like we were talking about it last night while playing zombies, man. I love the name Wyndham. Hell, I'll probably, if I do
Absolutely.
have a kid, probably name him Wyndham. Sick
Same.
name. I love it.
Same. Absolutely.
Um, but logically, money wise, marketing, all that, what makes sense for him to call himself? Wyndham or Wyatt? What do people still refer to him as?
And yeah, and you know what too? If he does have a faction, who's to say it still can't be called the Cult of Wyndham?
Exactly.
You know?
With his level of storytelling, Wyndham will probably be an alternate mindset of his, or a figure like Sister Abigail he'll conjure up. Who knows what Wyndham will turn into when Wyatt goes to AEW, man. And the fact that it's Wyatt, all caps, no Bray, he's obviously just going with Wyatt because that's what people know him as. That's what he marketed himself as for so long. That's just is gonna make him the most money, man. And people keep, like you were saying, people are always saying, "Yo, he won't fit in AEW." When has Bray Wyatt initially fitted in anything? What happened when we all first saw the Firefly Funhouse? We were like, "What the fuck is this? This don't fit. What is this garbage?" And as the weeks went on, we realized the genius behind Bray Wyatt.
This is
If
dark,
we
yeah.
Exactly, if we were like full grown ass teenagers with the podcast and whatnot, when he first debuted in like 2013, our initial reaction would have probably been like, "All right, this is a little weird, but I'll see it out. It's the best thing I've ever seen." And it's just a cycle with Wyatt of people initially saying that's not going to work, and guess what? It works until WWE screwed it up. And I think he wants to go to a place where it's going to work, where WWE can't screw it up. And I think that's what's happening here, man. I think he's going to AEW. Like we've been saying, he could go back to WWE. It's not completely off the table. I don't see why he would, and I don't see him doing that. But if Cody couldn't come back, anybody can.
Exactly.
Um, so, but and with the Wyatt thing, it just makes sense for him to go with Wyatt. Why wouldn't he? As much as I love the name Wyndham, money wise, you're going what people know you as. Like, look at what Malachi Black did. He could have gone as Tommy End, but he would have made a big name for himself as Aleister Black. So might as well call himself Malachi Black. Similar, same last name, same mindset. Smart. It's really smart, man. So
Yeah.
it just what makes sense for Wyatt, man. And I have all the faith in Wyatt. He'll make AEW fit to him when he goes, and
Yeah, he
he
will.
yeah, he's gonna be great, man. And I cannot wait to see un-WWEified Wyatt merch, man. I gotta see it, bruh. I gotta see that shit.
I
I'll be
mean,
spending so much money
bro,
on Pro Wrestling Tees.
honestly, dude, I mean, we've already seen those sick ass Cult of Wyndham podcast logos they created for him, so I can only imagine some of the
Bro,
stuff he would want to come up with for a shirt.
they'd be making flags for them, shirts, hoodies. Give it all, bruh. A track
Hmm.
jacket? Give me a track jacket, bruh. Something, bruh. But I have all the faith in the world in Wyndham, man.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be great in AEW, man. He's gonna make it fit to him. There are so many storylines and people he has to feud with, like you were saying, Mox, Danielson, Punk, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Aleister Black could be cool. I
Oh,
feel like Pac could be cool. Um, even though as much as I think they're fucking goofy, Lucha Bros I feel like could be cool.
the Dark Order.
FTR, Dark Order, all those guys. Literally, he could have a cool feud with everybody. The Dark versus Positive with Keith Lee feud, maybe. So much cool shit that they could do, man. That Wyatt can do. And I think he's going to AEW, man. And he's going to make it fit. Whether people want to think he's not going to fit, he'll make it fit, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He is that fucking good.
He is that
Um,
guy, bro. Like, he's just going to do it.
absolutely, man. MJF.
MJF.
MJF, man. Holy shit.
Fucking A.
Do we have some shit to talk about on Monday, man?
Oh, yeah.
My
Shit.
God. Ladies and gentlemen, was the MJF pipe bomb better than the CM Punk pipe bomb?
It's tough. Both great. Think the CM Punk Pike Bomb will always have that nostalgia factor to it.
Yep.
So I think it gives it the edge just a little bit. But that MJF one is close, man. It really is.
Dude, that that genuinely may have been one of the best that might have been the best promo I've ever watched live.
Probably, man.
There ain't
Probably.
no way this man was on live television calling his boss a fucking mark.
Bro called his ass a fucking mark, man.
We
Loved it.
got
For
a
all the
lot.
execs.
We got a lot to talk about, man. So first off, I got this picture. Got this picture for you guys. Bam. There it is.
Fuck.
So, what you're looking at is on the left is the AEW roster page. As you can see, in the M's, there is no MJF anywhere to be seen. Now on the right, you look at their ShopAEW profiles. And again, MJF is nowhere to be seen. AEW has removed MJF from their official roster page and ShopAEW. Jesus.
Man, oh man.
It has also been said, just recently, this came out today actually, AEW unfollows MJF on all social media. So,
I wonder if they still follow Cody. I don't know. That made me think, hold on. AEW. Where's the goddamn search button? Oh, there's that search button. Alright, never mind. I ain't looking.
you could go to Cody's account, and if you follow AEW, the followers you know will pop up first.
That is true. That's a better way of doing it. Dude.
You looking at that picture of him rising?
Yep.
His
No,
profile
black
picture.
and white.
Yep.
Yeah, AEW on TV still follows him. And All Elite Wrestling still follows him. So, they still follow Cody.
Yeah. So we originally heard earlier in the week, Monday to be exact, that MJF and Tony Khan are set for a sit-down meeting after Double or Nothing. That was reported on by... does it say? Oh, Fightful. That was reported on by Fightful. That MJF had not flown home and he planned to have a sit-down meeting with Tony Khan. Very, very weird, considering Tony Khan would give this man a live mic without talking to him prior to this. I definitely think, and you know, MJF literally said it in his promo, that the fans pretty much don't know shit, and yet you still have fans coming out and saying, just trying to be the smart ones out of the bunch.
Yeah.
You know, trying to act like they're the brightest crayons in the box and be like, oh, for the people that think this is real, you know, you guys are the real marks. Do you not understand that's the fucking point?
Yeah.
There's literally the point is to blur
The
the
line.
reality, the lines between fiction and nonfiction. That is the point. So how are you going to call somebody stupid for saying to themselves, holy shit, is this a shoot? Now,
Exactly.
obviously you could tell that this is turning into a scripted angle, but initially,
It was very real.
how is somebody stupid to think something that they were going for? You know what I mean? They were going for the blurring of the realities, and that is exactly what they did, and they did a fantastic job at it. But it doesn't make sense, man. Don't understand people.
No.
Don't understand people. But
Just like egos. And if it is proven to work, those motherfuckers are going to be even more annoying.
yeah.
See, I told you guys the whole time. Ugh. Goddamn.
Oh man, how smart are you?
Yeah.
That's literally the fucking point. The fun part is watching this go down, and it's gonna get better. The best part about this is, man, it's like gonna be asking yourself, how much of this does have truth to it? How much of this is
Just
fake?
a word.
What ended up happening with MJF's contract?
Yeah,
You know what
how
I
did they
mean?
solve the problem?
So much. It's just so cool. I don't know why people can't just sit back and just enjoy the shit, as opposed to Just always trying to act like they're the brightest crayon in the box. Man, I told you guys this was real.
I don't know how
I
you
told
didn't
you
know.
guys this wasn't real. Like, yeah,
Like, shut
no
the fuck
shit.
up, fucking loser.
Durante asked, when do y'all think Johnny Gargano is showing up in AEW? I could see the man showing up. I could see
During
him showing up
summer,
at Forbidden Door, or I could see him showing up at one of those summer special
yeah,
shows.
like Fighter Fest or something.
Yeah, Road Rager,
Yeah, I
something
could
like
see one
that.
of those definitely. Latest, I would think, is All Out, but I think sometime during the summer.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. So, yeah, man, that is the point. So I don't understand. I don't get wrestling fans sometimes, man.
I really don't.
But yes, that is the most interesting part about all this, man. And I'm not gonna say too much because we'll definitely get into this shit
A lot
big
more on
on
Monday.
Monday. But yes, apparently, apparently, Tony Khan has broken a promise to never work the AEW talent.
Fucking TK.
So, a lot of people seeing this as a bad thing.
No, it's just like
It's just a secretive storyline.
sometimes you gotta keep shit secret.
Exactly. I mean, it's keep it close to the
$1,000.
chest. You know, uh, I mean, it's a huge angle. This is going to be one of their biggest angles ever. You could just tell by that promo.
Exactly.
This
You
is going to
won't want
be
this to get out.
exactly. You don't. No, not at all.
Like,
You know.
you know how
Mhm.
people always say the Montreal Screwjob might be a work?
Yeah.
Like, if it is, why would they tell the rest of the roster? The same thing with
Exactly,
this.
because it's
Why the fuck would
still
you tell people?
exactly because it's still held as a huge moment in
Exactly.
you know what I mean? So why would you want to tarnish that by saying, "Oh yeah, it was a work"? Then every time everybody's gonna bring up the Montreal screw job, they're gonna, well, that doesn't
It was
really
just a
hold
work.
up anymore because it was just a work. I mean, why would you? This is awesome. This
This
is
is gonna be
awesome,
history.
man. It is. It is. It really is, dude. And we'll get into all the specifics on Monday, man. But
Yeah.
it's going to be incredible. It's going to be
It,
incredible. It's going to be one of their biggest angles ever, man. And my God. So anyway, Sean Ross Sapp reported behind Fightful's beloved paywall that MJF's promo was designed to gain a polarizing reaction, and it did just that.
mm-hmm.
It was further stated that he spoke to countless AEW talent about the situation, with most of the talent ranging from "it's always been a work" on MJF's side to "well, it's definitely a work now." Another talent said that they would be frustrated for many reasons if they found out it's all a work.
Who's that
Why?
pussy?
Yeah.
Who
Like,
is that fucking Serpentico? Yeah, I don't know. I just called Serpentico out of all fucking. I have no clue. It's probably some fucking random idiot in the fucking roster. But like, why would you be pissed, bro? I'm sorry, if Serpentico, man, you watching this dog, I just said your name just because you're a rando on the roster. I didn't even mean it
bruh.
like that. I just
Just fucking
I was just
going at
thinking
his ass for no reason.
I was thinking who's the most random motherfucker on that roster I could say
It's fucking
in
Luger and shit,
fucking
bro.
Luger, but like what pussy
like,
ass person is that?
like, why the fuck? Like, bruh, why are you
What the
mad?
fuck?
Like,
Like, bro, what are you mad about? That they worked you? Dude, I'd be marking out in the back if I was getting worked. I,
honestly,
I'd be like, bruh, I'd be like, TK, this will work. You could tell me, man. You could tell me. And if he doesn't, he doesn't. I respect it. You gotta keep shit a secret, man.
Jesus. Yes. He says Tony Khan has indicated to numerous talent over the years and indicated that working talent isn't something they should expect here. Also, there were talent at MJF's scheduled meet and greet who ended up having to stay to do extra work in order to make up for the MJF no show,
Yeah.
who weren't clued in of a potential work. It was also noted that one of the talent said they stayed away from the MJF story because it's tough to gauge MJF's motivations. However, the idea that MJF is always working was repeatedly debunked. Another AEW report said if MJF acted like MJF all the time, he probably still wouldn't be working here. But they did indicate that they have noticed more frustration from MJF since the spring.
Mm-hmm.
This they genuinely
He's
I absolutely love that they could potentially here not only be working the dirt sheets but the boys in the back, and then for him on that promo to go at the boys in the back
mm-hmm.
knowing, and most of them not knowing if they're getting worked or not,
It
is
probably.
fantastic.
I
Tony
love it.
Khan is such a fucking mark.
Yeah.
This man was this man if
Is
this
working his own
genuinely is
roster.
all a work, is working the fucking boys to, because for most of them that are seeing genuine frustration, or at least what they think is genuine frustration from MJF's side, those motherfuckers were going nuts in the back.
Oh, you know it. Just what? What did he say, man? What the
What the
hell's going
fuck
on?
is bro? Oh, those guys were absolutely marking the hell out, bruh.
Exactly, bro. And then you got certain people in on it, like a Punk, that's gonna keep the work up. He's gonna react like, oh, what the hell's going on with this? The hell, man? And I love it, bro. I love because the certain players in that locker room that do know a little bit, or they think they know, they're gonna keep the work up too. Like
Yeah,
Brian Danielson said, Cody Rhodes taught him how to lie. He loves to lie. Daniel Bryanson lying his ass off in the back,
Cody said he was gonna
saying
stay with the company.
he really
DK
did. And
didn't even know.
he said, "Yeah, man, I'll be with you.
I'll
Just
be
go
here for
sign me.
life.
I'm a lifer." Psych. Like,
I don't think I
but
can go back.
and he went back.
I smashed the throne.
There's no going back after that. And cut to Hell in a Cell
Yeah,
promotion.
okay, Cody. He's
Cut
on the
to a fucking
poster.
cut to the truck outside of fucking Allegiant Stadium with his fucking face on it for Money in the Bank.
I'm GM Grant now.
Oh yeah,
Sitting in an
MGM.
empty parking lot at Allegiant Stadium.
The fuck? Just got that shit parked. But
But
like,
yeah, man, Tony Khan's literally making this shit enjoyable for everybody.
exactly, bro. He's probably working the executives, bro. He's
Yeah,
probably like, oh, I didn't know he was gonna say that. What the hell?
he did it live on Dynamite.
Live on Dynamite. What the hell?
Um,
Like,
yeah,
it's
man.
amazing, bro.
Another AEW talent said that if he acted like MJF all the time, he probably would still be working here. But they did notice more frustration from MJF since the spring. A longtime friend of MJF claimed that MJF was adamant to them backstage that the situation wasn't a work. However, the talent also said it reeked of desperation on screen to make to
Yeah,
make something happen, and they don't believe Tony Khan or AEW would allow that on television without a payoff or a plan.
exactly.
Very true. Very true. Cuz at this point MJF's pretty much the first guy that is, I mean, this is brand new to AEW. The first
Hmm.
guy to go out there with a live mic and shit on the company.
Yeah,
And just, the man called his boss a fucking mark, okay?
literally, bro.
I mean,
He's in a
that's,
way turning the company heel, and that's something never happened to AEW yet, and he's the one that's doing it, and it's
mm-hmm.
awesome.
And it's him, of all
It's
people. The
exactly
guy that's been a scumbag for the
the
past 3 years on television.
the one who tried to warn us all about Punk. And that Hangman tried to warn us about Punk, and look who's champion. It's all adding up together, bro. They took every major storyline in AEW and they're fucking interconnecting them, and I love it.
Man, oh man. Very
Hell yeah.
interesting.
Hmm.
Very interesting, man. MJF seemed frustrated with things and nobody knew why. They are also reportedly numerous talent who sympathize with MJF's initial point of frustration regarding the contract scale for the original talent compared to the incoming free agents. It seems like everyone has their own opinion about things, but if this situation is a work, and they put in quotations, and it totally is, then that means Tony Khan broke a promise to AEW talent that he wouldn't work them. Look,
Things
man,
gotta be done.
with Brody Lee, you had such a tight-knit group
Mm-hmm.
at the time because you were in the pandemic, so you kind of really didn't have anybody. You kind of really only had very subtle, like, contracted people, and that were there, at least. I mean, it was a lot of them, but nowadays, man, with a lot of people coming in, some of them, and with a lot of new people coming in, like, with a lot
You
of new
can't
people,
trust everybody.
well, yeah, exactly. With a lot of new people coming in, like, for example, I'm gonna use Serpentico for example. He seems to be our whipping boy for this show. But if Serpentico is getting paid fucking 150K a year, he's an AEW original, whatever, and never mind. I'm gonna use somebody that's good. Evil Uno. Evil Uno, fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everybody loves Evil Uno. Let's say Evil Uno gets 150,000 a year. He's been trying to bust his ass for AEW. They let his partner go, and Swerve Strickland comes in, and he's getting paid $1 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Evil Uno, a guy who was once very loyal to AEW, and he was going to keep the Brody Lee secret, the secret that never got out. Now Evil Uno's kind of had his feathers ruffled a little bit. So
Yeah,
now he's like, what the fuck? Okay, well, now I'm going to go make some money by talking to the fucking dirt sheets. Since you want to
exactly.
bring all these guys in that are getting paid way more than me, and I've been busting my ass for you. You let my fucking partner go. You never give us any TV time. This fucking group is a joke. Now I'm going to talk to the dirt sheets. Somebody will always fold.
Yep. There's,
Somebody will always fold, man.
and the
Especially,
bigger the roster, the more likely it is.
yes, exactly. Because if it's a smaller roster, you have a tight knit group. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But with the additions of people, man, it's somebody's always gonna fold, man. So, you know, in this case, it's not necessarily a bad thing that he's working the talent. He's making it fun for them as well. Like I said, because they were all sitting around the fucking TV screen popping.
Oh,
You
you
know
know
they
it.
were.
You know they're won't gonna say it out loud, but the Danielsons, the Punks, Tony Khan, they don't know what the fuck is going on. They're so happy with that shit, and everybody else is just confused. And some people just have to be confused because it's a risk. Can't risk this getting out if it's a work or not.
Exactly. And even though everybody can see the work in it, it's literally like the Summer of Punk from
Yep.
2011 to where we know it's a work because they're letting him say these things on television, but we know it's a work, but we know there is so much truth to it. It
Mm-hmm.
just makes it fantastic, and you got to enjoy that aspect of it, and it's been incredible, man. It really has.
Oh, man, truly has been. And so some things should just be done, man. Some things just gotta be secret, man. And if you're angry that he lied and worked you, then you ain't cut out for the business, bruh. Because it's business. It's gonna happen
Exactly.
like that.
Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense as to why these
I really want to know who
people
that is.
are frustrated
I
that
want to know who's frustrated that they're getting worked. Like,
exactly.
come on, bruh. You just mad that you ain't big enough to be in on it? Probably.
Warner Bros. Executives expected to be unhappy with language during AEW Dynamite's MJF promo. Spoiler, they're not.
No.
Um, because Dave Meltzer pointed out on the Wrestling Observer Radio that everybody seemed very happy at the show's after party. It was speculated that the language won't exactly make some of them happy, but like much other television broadcast partners, the language may have been a bit too much. No.
Yeah,
Uh,
even they know.
Cody used to say shit all the time in his promos. God damn.
Yeah,
All these
they don't
words
like
are
that.
frequently used on Dynamite, and they love AEW. So, uh, I don't. But yeah, Dave Meltzer pretty much. The name of the article is kind of misleading. But
Yeah,
yes, Meltzer just says he can only imagine that it won't be liked. But I mean, he says right here, everybody was very happy at the show's after party.
exactly. The
They know.
executives don't care about the language. They're getting the ratings. All that matters to them. And the only thing that ever pissed the executives off was when Jericho smoked that cigar. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that ever pissed them off. And they haven't done anything like that again. Just because that just pisses like any type of TV person off is when you smoke a cigar. I remember there was when that happened, there was another situation where that happened. It was under like a different medium, like a game or something. But that's just one thing that pisses them off. Language really ain't one of them, bro. Especially on a network like Warner, where they play a lot of action movies or just R-rated movies. A lot of times, some fucking R-rated movie will be on before Dynamite. And it's just like, why would they be pissed off at AEW for having language when the whole network is just more mature network? It's just a more mature network. It's
Yeah.
just how it is.
Yeah.
It's not USA over there. Not even USA. It's not even. No, I don't even think USA cares. It's
WWE.
just WWE, bro.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
just
like
WWE.
USA would give a fuck.
No, because they do the
SVU, Law and Order.
SV. Yep, that's what it's called. Yeah, they do SVU. I mean, that's just about killing, crime, this and that, and the third. Like, dude,
Like,
it's
bruh.
it's literally WWE, man. Ever since Linda McMahon campaigned to be a part of the Senate, I believe Vince McMahon
Yeah,
just had this like perception that
but he has to be squeaky clean.
yeah, so it doesn't make his wife look bad. And ever since that, he's just made
Kept that.
that was what started the PG era. So wrestling
Like,
moved to PG. Wrestling has no point in PG. No, I'm not even gonna say that. Wrestling has no point in PG. Wrestling has no point in Vince McMahon's hands. Triple
no,
H made that shit
he made it
incredible.
work. Of course, it would have been. Just imagine
Oh
Triple
my
H without
god.
the PG, but he made that shit work.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, the executives weren't pissed off or nothing. God no, they are. Trust me, they're very happy with AEW.
yeah. They're getting another show, so I think that's all. I think that's all that should tell you. But MJF's fiery promo. This is the last thing before we go into these damn predictions. MJF's fiery promo on AEW Dynamite did not go as planned this
Mm.
week. This came out right before we went on. According to Dave Meltzer in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, the reaction was not in the that reaction was not in the plans, he says, and I quote. But the key is that MJF was wildly cheered at the end of that promo, particularly talking about ex-WWE guys who can't lace his boots. A few days earlier, Chris Statlander got a major babyface pop when talking about her being in the ring with the company from early on, while Ruby Soho came later and resulted in Soho being booed in their match after winning.
Yeah, because as much as hardcore fans are very open to different people from different companies, there's a lot of hardcore AEW fans in that audience, and they're gonna want to cheer
That's
the
see the
home people.
vision kind of changing.
Exactly. They're not. Some of them probably aren't too happy, and when a homegrown guy like MJF says some shit like that, you know they're gonna be on his side.
Same with Stat. So, yeah,
Exactly.
um, yeah. I mean, it kind of sucks for a
Yeah.
lot of the ex WWE people because you're on one side of the coin, man, where you're pretty much on the outside looking in at
Yeah.
AEW, and it's kind of sad that some people kind of make them feel like shit just for switching, but I mean,
How it is.
yeah, I mean it happens, man, and I mean, with the amount that Tony Khan has been bringing in, I mean, these people are great, but you could
Exactly.
definitely see the hardcore AEW fans being a little upset at that. Even though it is kind of sad because I know a lot of people in WWE are depressed while they're
Exactly.
there. So it's kind
So
of
they want a good place to work.
it's yeah, and it's I mean they're human beings too. They're not aliens because they come from WWE, but I definitely see
What they're upset
what
about,
they're
like a
upset
little
about.
annoyed. Yeah,
Yeah, because it's a lot. It is a
it
lot of
is.
them.
There is a lot
Um,
of them, so I get it.
so yeah, 100%, 100%. So yeah, but yeah, I mean yeah. So then he continues on to say, "This was clearly not the plan, but with the crowd cheering MJF, it made the promotion seem uncool. If
Exactly.
MJF got a heel reaction, it would be different. He saw what happened to WCW when the NWO became the cool guys and WCW portrayed as the uncool and incompetent, and how it killed the baby faces and in the long run damaged the brand greatly.
Hmm.
There were a few years of huge business, but in the end, WCW itself had a negative connotation on its own show. It's not the sole reason it went out of business, but in the long run, it did no favors. AEW will have to figure out a way to keep the company framed as the cool promotion while not taking away MJF's heat. We will have to wait and see what Tony Khan comes up with. For now, many fans agree with a lot of what Max said in what Max had to say during his now infamous promo. Yeah, man. I mean,
Tough.
it is, bro. It is. I mean, MJF said a lot of true shit, man. He said a lot of true shit, and yeah, I mean, I can definitely see, I can definitely see why the hardcore AEW fans get a little pissed off by seeing almost the vision of the company changing in a lot of
Yeah,
ways. I mean, in Tony Khan's defense, though, a lot of the people he has brought in, a lot of people
fit
wanted to
well.
see in
Hmm.
AEW. Um,
Exactly.
but I definitely can understand their frustrations in
Exactly.
terms of them bringing all these people in that kind of drives away from it definitely steers away from what the company used to be. So, but Jericho had tweeted out something real interesting
Mhm.
earlier. Let me pull it up. I think I retweeted it. Um, yeah, he tweeted this out at 12 a.m. this morning. He says, "For the record, AEW is the best sports entertainment company I've ever worked for, and Tony Khan is the best boss I've ever done business with. If certain talents feel they're undercompensated, maybe you're not as good as you think you are. Go elsewhere, please. You'll be begging to come back."
Fucking Jericho, bruh. Yeah, man. It's just everyone's just stirring heat with each other, man. Because I think that was one of the main reasons. If certain elements is a work, if MJF that day before Double or Nothing doing that was a work, I could see why they did it to try to make him look bad purposely, so the fans do boo him. Because when you say truth, the fans are gonna cheer you. And if he is staying, MJF is not leaving, that just the reassurance of him not leaving will get some cheers. So they gotta play it so he gets at least some boos, man. And it's gonna be tough for them, but they got things they could do, and yeah, they're trying, man.
Yeah. Um, I mean, you definitely had a lot of shit you could do to keep the promotion feeling cool.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, I mean, at this point, it's like, does AEW stop bringing in ex-WWE guys? Because now that MJF said that, if Tony Khan keeps bringing them in, it's like, oh,
It's like, come on.
yeah,
So
like you kind
he's
of just address this on television. You know what I mean? But if it didn't go as planned, maybe he wasn't supposed to say that. Um, I could definitely see there being some things that MJF may have kind of
just threw in
improvised
there.
on
Mm-hmm.
to, make the promo
Stir the
feel
crowd
better.
up.
But yeah, you can definitely see that changing in AEW a lot, to where when these homegrown people bring up the ex WWE stuff, it gets a lot of the ex WWE people boos, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So it's interesting, man. It really is.
it is, man. It is. You definitely been seeing that a lot more. Which which Jericho, he was even saying too. I mean, for as I mean, it's well, we'll definitely talk about the JAS on Monday, because I got a lot to say about them. I mean, the group has definitely been getting better ever since they've been leaning into kind of more of their goofy side, because
Yeah.
it's goofy. It's the sports entertainment shit. It's goofy, and they've been leaning into that a lot more. But and the group, the group for me has been getting a little more enjoyable, and just a little more just kind of funny and ridiculous, with just Jericho's wizard shit and him just being goofy. They've definitely capitalized on that a lot more. But even he was saying it during I was watching yesterday the Jericho Appreciation Society Origin on Talk Is Jericho. He was talking about how, like, he's been seeing that a lot recently as well, to where, like, the whole sports entertainment, like ex WWE stuff, is getting a lot of heat nowadays in
Yeah.
AEW. And it's interesting, man. It's really interesting. But yeah, it's interesting, man. It is. But yeah.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah, but that is the situation with MJF. That is everything,
Yeah.
and
We
it
talk
should
about
be
you.
interesting, man. I genuinely thought we might be reporting on today, on Wednesday, when MJF was asking Tony Khan to fire him. You brought up a good point. You told me, well, if he fires him, he can just give him a new contract. So
Yeah.
there's
So that
that.
could be the plan, or you could just, like you said, just fuck them over and just go to
Yeah,
WWE.
but I was gonna say that's also a huge fucking risk on
Risk.
Tony
That's a
Khan's
big
point,
ass
because
risk.
what if you let him go and then he's like, "Oh, I'm not signing shit," and he
Just
goes
ooh.
to WWE, he just
Yeah.
walks. You
So
know?
it's a situation, man. Yeah, we get to talk about it more on Monday in detail with the promo. I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, for sure, bro, for sure. So should it should be interesting, man. Should be interesting, but yeah, MJF, man. This is gonna be interesting, man, and this is huge. This is
Oh
huge.
yeah.
This is good shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. All right.
Fucking
Hell
so.
in the Cell. I guess tonight we have a 6-woman tag.
Yeah, I
Or
saw that.
not a 6-woman tag. I'm
Just
fucking used to watching AEW. A 6-pack challenge. A 6-pack challenge, and the winner gets Rousey for the only SmackDown match on the show.
damn.
And the 6
No
packs
Drew.
between Aaliyah, Shotzi, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, Xia Li, and Natalia.
Doesn't wait. Didn't Raquel already get another title shot?
Yeah.
So why is she in this?
Well, those are questions I can't answer at this moment.
Who they,
Maybe Braun Strowman took her for another steak in the strip club.
probably, man. Probably.
Maybe that's why she got it.
I
Who
don't know, I have a
knows why
weird
people
feeling
get
she'll
title
win it.
shots? I could see that.
I can see it, man, but
I would like to see Shayna Baszler. That'd be
I
sick.
hope it's Shayna. I hope. I
Her,
don't think
her
so,
and
though.
that bomb ass theme song.
Oh, hell no. That generic ass bullshit.
Ridiculous. But yeah, there's that, and then I heard that Matt Riddle and Nakamura are facing the Usos for the tag titles tonight. So
What the fuck?
yeah, excellent.
Good lord. This is
Yeah,
why I don't
man.
watch SmackDown.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, bro, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and say Raquel for that. I don't know at this
Same.
point. But yeah, as for all the other matches, Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens. You know what? Before we do this, if the Usos are yeah, you know, if the Usos are such a just fantastic tag team, the best tag team in the world, some may say, why can they not?
I could
Why would WWE book them to defend the tag team titles on SmackDown rather than the pay per view that they have in like 2 days?
exactly, bro. They always did that shit with the Usos. Even with Roman, they'll still do it.
You know how we said, Wyatt. Another off-topic thing. You know how we said Wyatt will make himself fit anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Cody still doesn't fit in WWE.
He couldn't make himself fit, bruh. Cody ain't
He's
got it like that.
I can't even see him. I can't even see him making himself fit in a feud with Roman.
No, I really can't. They'll just embarrass him.
Oh
Dude, anybody.
God! Did you hear? So I heard John Cena gave Cody Rhodes advice while he was getting booed in AEW, and he
And,
still fucking left.
I can't wait
Yeah,
for you to
dude.
bring that up.
That story came out today, dude. I
I
seen
saw
that.
that.
And I
Yeah, I
was
saw that.
John Cena gives Cody Rhodes advice about getting boos, and Cody was talking about how a polarizing time in his career when he first started receiving mass boos, which I'm assuming was during Anthony Ogogo stuff about a year ago. This motherfucker got advice on how to take it from John Cena
Himself. And still left.
and still left.
What a pussy.
No,
No,
I'm
I
not
can't be
fucking
rude.
turning.
I'm fucking Cody.
All right, man. Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens.
Who won their last match?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know.
I think it was Zeke.
I think it was. I'm gonna give it to KO.
I'm gonna give it to Ezekiel just to prove as to why this man should not have signed a $3 million deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Big Zeke here to make Kevin Owens feel that much more crazy and
Lord.
so compelling.
Oh, bro, I love it.
Next, Theory. Theory
Fucking Theory.
defends the U.S. title against Mustafa Ali.
Probably Theory. I feel like they want to embarrass Ali in his hometown.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He ain't winning. Hell
No.
Yep.
He ain't
No.
winning.
Austin Theory. This is. Oh my God. This isn't Chicago, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Yep. They're
Wow.
embarrassing that man in hometown.
Yeah. 110%. Austin
The
Theory,
hell?
bro. Dude. Yeah. They're embarrassing the fuck out of Mustafa Ali in Chicago. 110%.
You know
Man's
it.
getting embarrassed. Yeah. Yep. Austin Theory, 100%. And
100%.
you know, if this is Vince's next guy, he ain't losing.
No.
Not yet. Yeah. Austin Theory, Austin Theory. Austin Theory beats Mustafa Ali here, 100%.
Yep, definitely.
Next. Was there only one Hell in a Cell match on this show? Oh, wow,
I think so, yeah.
Bobby Lashley versus MVP and Omos.
Look at
Oh
my
my
eyes, no
God.
fear.
Big man, no fear.
No fear. Who fucking knows? Who cares?
Yeah, I'm gonna just go.
I'll just go Bobby Lashley, throw him the bone. Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
he wins.
yeah. I can't remember what happened on. Oh, didn't Omo get put through the table?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
he's probably
I'm
losing.
going with Omo and MVP since Bobby Lashley got the advantage on Monday. So
Fucking
he's
A.
gonna go into this too confident and lose.
When can the fans get an advantage and just have a good show to watch?
Fucking for real, man. This,
Oh, fuck, man.
yeah, this I can't even pretend to be excited about this shit, man.
Dude,
Bobby Lashley's gonna lose here. He put Omo through the table on Monday, so this makes all the WWE sense to put Omo. Actually, if Omo doesn't win this, and this is a handicap match, this dude's gonna look like even more of a blithering idiot. So
yep.
there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Omos gets the win in the Windy
Uh,
City. The
oh,
skyscraper gets the
oh,
win
in
in
the
the Windy
Windies.
City.
Yeah, I'll just say Bobby Lashley. Maybe he pins MVP. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I don't fucking care.
I care. I'm so pumped for this show, man.
Oh,
Bianca Belair defends the Raw Women's title against Asuka and Becky Lynch.
wonder who's gonna take the pin in this match. Whole reason they're in the match. Bianca Belair's gonna pin Asuka.
Yep. Because they even said the reason they were holding off on immediately having Becky Lynch come back is because they wanted to save Becky for SummerSlam. So
They're not gonna
they're
have her
probably
lose.
they're probably gonna do Becky at SummerSlam again and her comeback story. And who's to say this woman doesn't beat Bianca again? So
Who knows, man?
yeah, man. Bianca Belair is gonna retain here, and she's gonna pin Asuka, I'm sure. And yeah, that's gonna be it.
Literally.
What are the odds WWE puts the title back on Becky Lynch, has Becky pin Asuka, has Bianca
Win it back.
win Money in the Bank, and then
Mm-hmm.
challenge Becky Lynch at SummerSlam for
Yep.
the championship?
I could see that. I actually would really see that.
And that's just typical WWE being so extra about everything and having just to do all this runaround for
Literally.
all this rigmarole for nothing. You know,
Literally, man.
all this runaround. Just why can't you just have
To
Bianca just defeat Becky
defend.
again at SummerSlam or
Exactly.
whatever? I could see them doing that just to.
I really could.
Yeah, oh Lord. But regardless, yes, I'm gonna go ahead and say Bianca Belair pins Asuka.
Same.
Show's not even on yet, man. I'm already yawning. All right, here we go, man. The Bullet Club. Right.
Oh,
With
hell
Liv
no.
Morgan.
Ugh.
How the hell does WWE manage to make Liv Morgan a member of this makeshift Bullet Club?
Dude, who fucking knows?
Oh my god. The Bullet Club versus The Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
The Judgment Day.
The Judgment Day.
And a 6-person mixed tag match. Listen, man. Somebody's debuting or somebody's turning.
Yep. So,
You know, this whack-ass group that Edge has got here. I think Finn Balor is going to look at AJ Styles and he's going to say,
turn on him.
"You think you know me? You never did."
And just fucking
And then he's just
start beating him up.
fucking beat his ass, bro.
Dude, it is what's going to happen. Judgment Day are getting that win.
Judgment Day.
From the
What?
turban.
I don't know if Finn's going to turn now or maybe Liv's going to turn. Either that happens or we're just going to get a completely new member, whether it's Ciampa, being that they did his ass dirty on Raw. Something like that's going to happen, and Finn's going to... Judgment Day is going to win. Whether it's Finn turning or Liv or whether it's a completely new member, somebody's joining Judgment Day, and
they're getting the win.
The mountain of omnipotence gets even higher. See how cool this shit would have been if the group was called the fucking mountain of omnipotence? They could say cool shit like that when they get a new member of the group. No.
But now, you're Judgment Day.
Everyone's turning on me.
What the hell? Why are y'all joining the damn Judgment Day?
Finn.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah,
We're
but
brothers.
Finn's probably gonna look at AJ and just say the line, bro.
He's got to say the line.
You never
did. And just fucking...
No!
No!
Don't
I thought I knew you.
Oh, God.
Thought I knew you.
I thought I knew you, Finn.
What the hell? I guess I never did.
And probably what is going to be the main event of the show, Rollins, Rhodes, 3.
What the hell?
I hope these fans fucking boo the shit out of him, but WWE fans...
They'll cheer him for a while.
Yeah, they probably will cheer for him for a little bit, man, but hey, if I got faith in any fans, it's the rabid Chicago fans, man. I mean, they're not as hardcore when it comes to WWE shows, but they still are pretty loud. They're pretty loud nonetheless. So if Cody gets a belt thrown back at him, I feel like he will do that just to try to prove a point. And I would absolutely love to see his point backfire on him.
And a fan, bro, they gotta do it. Because you're right, he'll try just to prove what real fans are. And I would just love.
I would love if they fucking still threw the shit back.
The thing with Cody now is he's now only aims for like kids. Because he knows they're not gonna throw it back. So he's gonna take the easy way out.
I'm waiting for the day he hands a belt to a kid, the kid grabs it and like from 5 feet away from him just throws it at his back.
Bro, I think it would be a fucking legend.
Kid. Yeah, man, so Cody Rhodes, Rollins, 3.
Ugh.
Dude, Cody Rhodes is gonna get the clean sweep over Seth, and basically the moral of the story is Seth Rollins will be tuning in for the Forbidden Door media scrum as well. That's pretty much it. I mean, you're inching Seth Rollins closer to potentially thinking about leaving WWE, and I genuinely mean this. It may not be now, but over time, if this dude gets tired of being a gatekeeper wrestler and literally putting everybody he's been in a feud with over and getting nothing in return, he's eventually going to get tired of it. I could see it already. The guy's in the fucking media scrum. He's well aware on what's happening on AEW television. So is his wife.
They know.
Man.
So
they know.
He's an indie guy at heart. Come on.
Exactly. And for as much shit as we give Seth, well, not even Seth, but for as much shit as we give Becky is a real wrestling fan at heart, and even if she doesn't want to go to AEW, I could you know, she loves AEW. You know damn well she does. And
Exactly.
Seth especially, man. I mean, this guy's an indie guy at heart. He threw shade at WWE a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you look, man, I mean, Seth's an indie guy at heart. And who knows, man, if he gets tired of putting everybody over, like I said, getting nothing in return, I could see it.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
But yeah, I genuinely do not see Cody Rhodes. I
Oh
think
no.
WWE is gonna ride this out. I think they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
make him feel like a king for as long as they have to, and I think they're gonna give him the clean sweep over
Oh yeah,
Seth. We'll probably
they
get
will.
another one at Money in the Bank and SummerSlam, so this might not even be over yet.
Who knows? I hope it is, but might not even be. But Cody's definitely winning.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
gonna give it his all in the red ass cage. Oh, he's gonna be pissed when he realizes he can't bleed in any type of extreme match in his company.
Yeah.
That shit's gonna be boring as fuck for him.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. Tony, I'm
Cody,
sorry.
what the? I'm sorry. I
Tony,
just had to
let me
bleed.
come back.
Tony.
Please,
Yeah.
Tony.
And won't let me bleed.
Fucking
What the
had it.
fuck?
They told me I can't bleed.
What the
Did
hell,
you?
man?
Did you? I heard that Cody Rhodes was gonna be at the Sears Center this weekend to take a
No.
picture with his plaque. He's gonna pull up, take a picture, and leave.
What a fucking loser. What the
Yeah,
hell?
take a picture with his all in. Yeah, he said. Let me see. He again praised AEW on television or on Twitter, man. So I wonder how long WWE is gonna let this ride out before they tell him not to
You
really
can't do
be
that.
exploring that. Um, let's see, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? He's promoting all these fucking 8x10s.
Cody.
I'll be there in Atlanta. Somebody got their SmackDown tickets. Brandy is
What?
not setting me on fire this time, though. Yeah, you ain't
Yeah.
getting set on fire ever. Oh man, they're selling event posters. What am I doing? Here it is. Here it is. Somebody tweeted out at Cody Rhodes, I know you never will, but don't forget how special August 1st, 2018 was.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. He
Real
quote
shit.
tweets it and says, I'll never forget the Woodstock for wrestling. The boys and I were able to set the table and shine light on what could be possible for the sport. Grateful for the fans who took the ride. The plaque is still on the building, and I've never seen it. Might take a detour early Sunday for a pick.
I was gonna pull up, run in there, take that pick, run back out.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it is, it's awesome. It's awesome. So it was truly awesome what they did once upon a time, man. Once upon a time,
Truly.
man. It really is, and I'm glad he still knows. If I could say anything
Exactly.
about Mr. Cody,
He knows the importance of
uh,
all in.
he knows the importance of AEW, and he knows the importance of everything those guys were able to do.
Exactly.
So with that, yeah, man, that's all we got for today, man. That is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. It's been episode 112 of the news. Once again, man, thank you guys for another killer episode of the news, man. And with that, we thank you guys for all the support, man. And also, if you guys one last time, if you guys haven't got a chance to get your hands on the Notorious Heels podcast merchandise live on bonfire.com, is in the link to the link tree, and my @ is under my face as you guys see the whole show. And yeah, man. Also, at the top of this description, man, bonfire.com, you got the official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise. On the left, you got the base Notorious Heels podcast logo design, and on the right, you have the Riddler-inspired IWC Best Kept Secret, or the Best Kept Secret to the IWC, man. If you guys haven't got a chance to get your hands on some of that merch, that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Once again, always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the news, ladies and gentlemen. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys on Monday with Notorious Unscripted.
Peace.